So one of my clients, I was talking with Neem Karoli Baba, and I were talking to this client, and I was talking about the Meatsuit. I said Meatsuit, and my client said, "Can you find a different word for that? Because that I just don't like it." I said, "Okay, that word triggers you, so you're triggered." "No, I just don't like it." "No, it triggers you." So anyway, I said that means that's your ego that's rejecting the idea that your body, it's identifying with your body. My body is me. My mind is me. All these things are me. If someone says something that disrespects my body, which is me, or disrespects my mind, which is me, then I am triggered now. Now, this client was smart enough to know that if he's triggered, that equals the ego. So when he said, "Can you use a different word?" I don't like that word. I just don't like it. Neem Karoli Baba says to me, no. And then Neem Karoli Baba says, jokingly, "Say Meatsuit 50 times. I didn't, because it was just a joke, but I did tell him that joke. I said, Neem Karoli Baba saying, "Say Meatsuit 50 times. So, when I was young, my father used to say, he would say this, you can't do that, you're just a girl. You can't do that, you're just a girl." And I would get raging mad. I mean, like, fired up. And I finally said, at some point, "Why do you do that to me? Why are you why do you do that?" He goes, "Because," he says, "it's my job to remove all the buttons that other people can push and make you react and go bananas." He says, I can't send you out into the world with all these buttons that people can push to get a rise out of you." He said, "So that's all I'm doing." He says, "I just keep pushing the button over and over and over until it doesn't make you react anymore. And then I can stop." And I was like, "Well, that's stupid." He's like, "It's stupid to you now because you live in my house and we love you, and you don't understand what the real world is like, that the real world is gonna push those buttons, and it's gonna make you turn into a crazy person. And if someone wants to exert control or power over you and knows that all they have to say is, 'Well, you're just a girl,' he says, they're gonna push that button and it's gonna entertain them." He said, "So I'm working to remove these buttons from you before I send you out into the world." So it made sense the way he said it. He probably said it better than I just did, but you get the idea. And then the next time he said, "Well, you're just a girl." I said, "Whatever, Dad." He's like, "There you go. Now you've got it." And he never said that again. And he helped me. He didn't. Yeah, he co-signed a loan for me to go to flight school, and he was a pilot, so I used to be able to call him and ask him all kinds of questions. He didn't buy me a plane or anything like that. He gave me the gift of poverty, is what he said. But I appreciated everything I had more because of that. So it's like, say Meatsuit 50 times. It's just like my dad saying what he said over and over and over, pushing the button, triggering the ego, triggering the ego, triggering the ego. So there was an excellent book that I read a very long time ago, and it became, I integrated into my knowledge very quickly and easily, and then I started taking that knowledge for granted, and it's called Play-Doh, Not Prozac. And it talks about the main key point is, if you are offended, to be offended, the verb to be is an action word. So if you're offended, if you get offended, you have to understand that you are doing something. So it is you being offended. Steve Hughes is a comedian. I think he's a metalhead and a comedian from, I think, where's he from? I want to say Australia. I could be wrong. And so he talks about people saying, I'm offended. And he says, so? You offended me. He goes, okay, so what? You're offended. Yet another unflattering perspective here. Oh, it's raining and cold. So Steve Hughes says, so what? No one's ever died from being offended. Anyway, he's got a really good comedy act if you want to look up Steve Hughes. Hughes. All right. So anyway, if you get triggered, that's your ego. There's some work there for you to do. And I used to always say, I'm sorry if this offends you, or I'm sorry. And I have to stop doing that because I'm going to be moving into, hi ladies, hi. Like they think I have food. Oh, you guys, I don't have any food. Come on. Okay, night-night. Oh, I was going to lock you guys up. So if you become offended, there's just some work for you to do. Come on, ladies. Okay. Come on, ladies. Look at them. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Oh. Yes, come on. Okay. So if you are offended, if you become offended, then just know that if you want to, your choice at that moment is assuage your ego, okay, so that your little I can feel better, or use the opportunity to do the work to break your ego. So either choice is valid, break your ego or assuage your ego. But both are valid. Thank you. I see my girls. I see my girls. Here's one. Oh, such a good. Hi, babies. Hi. Okay, so either assuage your ego, find a safe space, climb in it. Maybe not watch any more of my videos because they're gonna get worse from here. Or find one of my tapping videos and tap your way through your trigger. Okay, that's the other way to go. So we're gonna start breaking the ego. I'm gonna start triggering people on a regular basis. Okay, love you. Peace out. I love you, Renegade Yogis. Bye-bye.